episode 2686 of the number one podcast and Apple Podcast for Job Search. You're listening to or watching No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. I did recruiting for a long time, and now people hire me for no BS job search advice and career coaching globally because I make the process so much easier for people. And today's show is one geared toward those of you who work, because it's very clear that layoffs are still going on. I don't care what the government says. If you're in an office profession, you're still at risk. How do I know? I'm just staring at all the open to work notices that are going through my feed on LinkedIn. The job market has two levels to it. If you work in hospitality, if you work in government, if you work in what used to be called blue-collar work, there's a shortage of people. But if you work in professions that might be normally associated with college-educated people, you're at risk. So today's show is one where I talk with you about how to spot a layoff may be coming. Hope you find the show helpful. Hope you don't wind up losing your job, and we'll be back in just one moment. 6 ways to spot a layoff may be coming. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. People hire me for no BS coaching and career advice globally, which can relate to job search, hiring more effectively, managing and leading better, resolving workplace issues, or career transitions. And they do it because I make things easier for folks. Now, for some of you, this may be your first time going through a recessionary period. The headlines and the layoffs are noticeable, and you're worrying, and you're wondering, what can I do to spot a layoff may be coming? And I've got 6 ways that you can do it. The first one is, there's a change in management or ownership. The firm's been bought, they're going through a restructuring. Layoffs often come from that because when the acquisition takes place, they figure they've got 2 people doing some of the same work and they can do with one. So there's a possibility of layoffs coming then. Secondly is there are rumors of layoffs. The stories are starting to come out because people are leaking them from places or you're reading about them in the news. Again, rumors of layoffs often are the precursor to the actual layoffs. Changes in your firm's financial situation is the third. If they're struggling financially, obviously they're more likely to lay off people because they can't afford them. Fourth, and this is more personal to you than big picture about the company, if your job description changes or your responsibilities are reduced, maybe they're trying to figure out if they can do without you. A decrease in your hours, which often takes place with hourly workers. Your hours are reduced. It could be a sign that they're cutting costs and they're trying to figure out if they really need someone to put in all that time. Lastly, they've stopped communicating out of management. They don't talk as much. You're seeing, if you're in person, they're behind closed doors more often. It could be a sign that they're trying to keep the plans for a layoff under wraps. They're still going through the sorting out process. And I'll simply say, if you start spotting any of these, and if you spot 2 of them, it's time to start getting ready for a layoff by getting your resume ready, reaching out to people who you know, networking, and starting to explore other things. I hope you found this helpful. I'm Jeff Altman. Visit my website, thebiggamehunter.us. There's a ton in the blog that could help you. Plus, while you're there, you can schedule time for a free discovery call, schedule time for coaching, find out about my courses, books, and guides. Again, a lot there to help you. The courses, video courses, books, Kindle, paperback, some PDFs, guides, same thing. I'll also mention connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. My network tends to be a lot larger than most of yours, so connecting with me will expand yours quite a bit. Have a terrific day and be great.